If you've Googled, do pacifiers cause speech delays, you've probably left more confused than when you started. I'm Melissa, I'm a speech therapist and mom of 3, and parents constantly ask me, should I take the pacifier away now? Is it hurting my child's speech? So today I'm gonna walk you through exactly what the research says, when pacifiers actually become a problem, and what you can do about it without the guilt. Here's the truth. Pacifiers don't directly cause speech delays, but they can get in the way. The research is mixed. Some studies link heavy long-term use with small articulation differences, but no study shows that pacifiers alone create a speech delay. So if your toddler still loves their pacifier, you haven't ruined their speech. But let me show you when they can cause an issue. Think about your toddler playing with their favorite toy. Maybe it's a car or a stuffed animal. You're sitting on the floor with them and you say, vroom, vroom. The car goes fast. Normally, your toddler might try to imitate you, vroom, or even the word fast. But with a pacifier in their mouth, they just smile and keep playing silently. Does that sound familiar? That imitation moment, that chance to practice sounds, just got skipped. And when that happens multiple times a day, every day, those missed opportunities start to pile up. The real concern is when pacifiers are in the mouth constantly, especially beyond age 2. Why is that? Because using a pacifier all day limits your child's chances to babble or imitate sounds. And more often than causing speech delays, all-day use affects dental and oral development. For speech and language development, it's not so much about the pacifier itself, it's about how much it replaces opportunities for practice. Think about it this way. Imagine you're learning to play piano, but someone puts mittens on your hands for most of the day. You could still learn eventually, but it's gonna take longer because you're missing a lot of opportunities to practice. And that's what's happening when a toddler walks around with a pacifier all day. Their mouth is literally occupied. They're quieter, they're less likely to babble, to try new words, and to mimic the sounds you're making. And over time, that adds up. And here's what surprises most parents. I've seen toddlers use pacifiers and still talk early, and I've seen kids who never had a pacifier still talk late. The difference? Daily interaction and opportunities. Pacifiers don't delay speech, but lack of practice does. It's not the pacifier that's the problem. It's whether your toddler is getting enough time every day to babble, to try new sounds, to use their voice. That's what makes the difference. If your toddler is still using a pacifier right now, don't panic. You haven't done anything wrong. The fact that you're watching this video means you're already being intentional, and that's what matters most. Just make sure your toddler is getting plenty of pacifier-free time to practice. And here's my simple guide for how to do that. Under 12 months, pacifiers are totally fine, especially for soothing and sleep. 12 to 24 months, start limiting use to naps, bedtime, or comfort moments. By 2 to 3 years, say bye-bye to the pacifier completely. Most importantly, build in pacifier-free time every day for babbling, imitation, and words. Here's a practical tip that worked for all 3 of my kids. After 12 months, when I got my kids up from sleep, we say bye-bye to the pacifier and we threw it back in the bed. My kids thought this was hilarious. If your child is used to carrying it around, you can try a special pacifier box on a high shelf out of reach where the pacifiers go night-night before you leave the room. This makes the transition feel like a special routine. You can even decorate a special box if you want. Now, while we're talking about pacifiers in speech, there's something else I want you to pay attention to. And this is important regardless of whether your child uses a pacifier or not. If your toddler isn't babbling much, rarely uses gestures to communicate, has difficulty following simple directions, doesn't mimic your sounds or words, or says less than 50 words at 24 months and beyond, those are all good reasons to check in with a pediatrician and a speech therapist. All 3 of my kids were obsessed with their pacifiers, and yes, even as a speech therapist, I stressed about it when it was time to wean. Most recently, my 3rd child weaned completely at age 2, but before that, at 12 months, as I already shared, we kept the pacifiers in her crib. At first, she'd ask for it during the day, but I gently redirect to something more interesting like, Passy stays in your bed, but look, I have a really yummy snack for you. And you know what? Within a couple weeks, she stopped asking. Her mouth was free during the day, so she babbled more, tried new sounds, and started saying more words. When it was time to fully transition away from it at bedtime, it went so much smoother than I expected. The key to success is preparing as much as possible. Read books about it. Tell a story about what's gonna happen for days leading up to it. Talk about a list of things your child could do if they can't fall asleep right away, like hugging their lovey or a stuffed animal, or even hugging mommy and daddy. And all my kids got used to it. No major tears, no sleep battles, because they knew what to expect. The point You don't have to rip the pacifier away overnight. You don't have to feel guilty. You just have to be intentional about when your toddler uses it and make sure they're getting plenty of time every day to practice using their voice. So no, pacifiers themselves don't cause speech and language delays, but overuse can get in the way, and excessive use after age 2 can cause dental problems especially. Balance is key. You're not failing your child if they use one. You're supporting them every time you make space for connection, play, and words. So here's what you can do next. If this was helpful, click the subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment below. And if you want my exact 5-step method that parents use to help toddlers say more words, grab my free workshop. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. And if you have questions or this video helped ease your mind, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you.